Welcome. Today we are going to be cutting a 6 pieces skirt, and this 6 pieces, for this 6 pieces you need about 3 yards plus 3 inches. That's 3 yards plus 3 inches for you to achieve this skirt. Now I folded into two. I marked 1.5 for this front panel alone. For this front panel I have 1.5, and this is what I have on this cloth now. So I'll be working with this 1.5 for my front panel first of all before I cut out the 1.5 for the back. Now for this front, look at the way I folded it. I folded into two, then folded again this way. Okay, now when you are done folding this, you have to ensure that you have 9 on each side, this side and on this other side that has, that doesn't have a fold. So if you have 9, look, I'm ensuring that I want to ensure that I have 9 on this panel and 9 on the other panel. So if I don't have up to 9, I have to adjust it so that they will be equally 9, especially for this front parts. They have to be equally 9. So I want to ensure that I have 9 on each of them. Don't forget, you need 1.5 for this front panel. So from this point that I have a double fold, I'm going to be marking my dart. You can measure your dart to know what you want. If it's for a grown-up, maybe someone that is plump, you can use as much as 5 or maybe 4.5. Depends on the size of the person. But what I'm using for my own dart, this dart is what I'm marking now. I'm using 4.5 plus ½ inch sewing allowance, because for each of the panel I'm going to be sewing with ½ inch. So what I'm marking here now is 5. So for my panel now I have 5. So I'm going to be connecting down, and for this measurement you can get it this way with this picture above. You can measure it this way and measure the circumference this way, and this is about 3 inches above the nail so that the person can walk. So I'll be connecting this dart down to meet down my nail length, but this is not exactly my nail length. It's just like 3 inches above the nail. You can measure the person, or you can just use 3 inches above the nail. Okay, from that point once I reach that nail point, I will now slant my tape. You can use a long rule for this so that you can get a neater line. So once you get your 4, you just slant from that point. If you want it to be more exaggerated, if you want the fillet to be more exaggerated, you can increase that part, you can increase that panel. So from there I will now cut from that part. So this is it after I've cut. I'm already done with this front panel. This front panel, what I'll just use is that upper part, this part that is slim now. I'm going to use it to place on top of the back. I folded the back the same way. The only difference is that I added zip allowance. That 3 inches I told you, I added that 3 inches here. So instead of having 9 on each part, one part is larger than the other, and this part now I'm cutting on was larger than the other because it has 3 inches added. So at this point I am done cutting. This is everything about 6 pieces. All I'll just do is look at the difference now. You can see that this part is larger than is bigger than this other side. So I'll just cut open. Look at the point I notched my zip allowance, so when I get to my machine I'll know where my zip allowance started from. So I'll cut open, and this is all. So look at it now. Look at the 3 panels for the front. I have turned them with lining. So look at each of them. So all I'll just do is just to join each of them. So this is it. I have joined each of them, both the front and the back. I have joined them, but you can see that there is no shape on these 6 pieces on this skirt. Now look at that point where I have my zip. I have to use another color of thread so it will be visible. So look at that point. I used ½ inch to turn in my lining, and I have 1 inch remaining. So look at it. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload the video. Okay, so that's all. I'll just be taking my waist measurement at this point. I'll take my waist measurement plus my allowance. So my waist measurement is 10 plus 2 inches, I have 12. So I'll just mark 12. I'm not marking from my zip allowance, I'm marking from that first, there is a front panel and there is the back panel. I'm marking on the front panel. So from that point, I'll go down to meet that my nail length, that point that I said that I'll be using as my nail length, just above my nail. So so that the person can walk even while wearing the panel, the 6-piece skirt. Okay, so from that point, I will still measure to get my hip. My hip is 12 plus 2 inches, I have 14. So I'll just mark it. So I will join the line. Now, for this nail point, you can ask your client to do as if she wants to walk, so you can get the exact measurement for that nail circumference, or you can just minus like 3 inches from your hip measurement, or even 2 if it depends on how you want it. So from this point, I'll be connecting with a curve. I will just curve it with my hand, my free hand, or I'll just use the arm curve. If you have the hip curve, any pattern you want to use, you can use on this part. So I'm just curving and I'm meeting the hip to the waist. I'm just connecting the lines, and then from that knee point, I will slant down. You see the way I was slanting down? From this point, I was slanting down. So that's all. I'll just join with this lines now down. That's all. I will only take this one now, shape it like I'm shaping my normal skirt, and that's all. I'll cut this part off, then take it to my machine and shape with my normal measurement. That is all. That's everything for this 6-piece skirt. Okay, and this is it. So I'm about to shape with my measurement, and that's all. So for the upper part of the skirt, you can decide to use an elastic, a band, or a rope, any one of your choice. And that's all for the skirt. I attached a zip, so you can decide to attach a zip and add a band, and that's all. Thank you for watching.